Hello, everyone. We are doing some housekeeping first just to check the audio levels and just make sure you hear me. You're probably not seeing my screen just yet, or maybe you are. If you could just write in the chat, please, what you see and what you hear, that would be great. Let me make sure the chat is enabled. This is the first time I'm using this particular software. And as life happens, life happens. And my son is also here homesick today, so you might hear a little bit of background noise, and I hope you don't mind. But I would love to just hear if you can hear me. Right in the chat. Bueller? Here, should be over here. Oh, 41. Hello, Carol. All good here. Chris from Canada. Emma's in the house, and she can see my desktop. Good. As long as you can't see me, because that's a scary thing right now. Aurora, yes. Oh, so many awesome people here in the house. Christine Barker, Carly, Andy, all good. Kristen, Cecilia. I don't know what Scott is doing on this call because he's like an SEO expert, so he should leave now. No, I'm kidding. All right, who else? All right, hearing. You see me or my screen? I hope you see my screen because I look scary right now. Christina Hansen, please tell me you don't see me because I'm going to like roll over right now. I'm going to hide under my desk. We can't see you. I'm so relieved because that would have been really embarrassing. You probably would tell you to just let's stop listening right now. Questions. Tell her it's under questions. If you can't find the chat area, it's just under, you could raise your hand and ask a question. That's where I'm seeing it right now. We should be starting soon. I'm just waiting for a few more people to get on, and I need a pee break. Be right back. All right. I would love to hear what city or country you guys are listening in from. Okay, doing that one. Sorry. Long Island in the house, Kansas. Who else? Kenna's here from Creative Live. Thank you so much, Kenna. Really appreciate you just coming in and cheering me on. Portland, St. Louis, Middlebury, Connecticut, Jersey in the house. Boring ass Connecticut, Aurora. You're hysterical. Burlington County, Mary. Debbie, Kansas City. Met some awesome Kansas City girls over the Mystic seminars these past 3 days. Louisiana, New York, LA, Vegas, baby. Beth, the chat is actually in the questions where it says type your questions here, I believe. Washington, D.C. This is great. I had somebody from Australia said they would put their alarm. Maybe they didn't wake up. So this is just some housekeeping, just testing, make sure you guys can hear me okay, and make sure that you can see my screen. I've never used the software before, so we might run into some technical life issues. And like I said before, my son is homesick, so you might hear a little bit background noise, and that's life, right? Life happens, as I say all the time. And some things you can't escape. All right. Canada's in the house. Virginia. I love it. I love the diversity. And I'm going to actually ask you guys a little question right now, if I can find it. 1 second. And I would love to just take this little poll. And the poll is, if you've ever optimized your website for SEO. I'm just really interested. And so go ahead and answer this little poll right now. So let's see. Most said no, which is great. Almost. 49 only percent voted. Come on, people. I know you're there. I see you, by the way. I know if you're looking at the screen, technology is beautiful, right? I know if you're looking at the screen. I know if you're just listening. So pay attention. So you could be on listen only mode, but there will be moments in the presentation I'll definitely tell you to just pay attention for a few minutes. Love it. So 61%, we have 68% voted. I'm just going to wait for a few more. Whoever's on right now, would love for you to answer this really quick question, just so I get a feel of just where you guys are coming from and the kind of things that I want to share today. So 73% voted. Come on, a little bit more, 25% to go. Come on now, or else I'm going to have to start singing, and that is just not pretty right there. There we go. It's starting to go up as soon as I mentioned that I would sing. And I have my lovely, awesome assistant here with me, Daniela. She's going to be helping, just looking over the questions, making sure that we stay on time, you know, that I don't get too loud or start crying, because I either tend to do one of those two things. Yasmin, the cap is 100 people. From my understanding is that like the first 100 people to hop on, they will get access, and like 101, you'll be bumped out. So definitely message people now, and if they can't get on, tell them to sign up to my newsletter, because the attendees today and whoever signed up to my newsletter will get the recording if everything goes well with the recording. I just joined and answered the poll. Thank you. I don't know if I know how to pronounce your name. Is it Shania? Shauna? I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. Listening in the background, secretly from Silver Spring, Maryland, while I'm at my day job. Awesome. Love it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. So thank you for the poll. And I'm going to close the poll right now. So 56% has said no, 38% have said just a little, and 6% said yes, and they have paid someone to do it. Thank you so much for taking your time and answering that question. I'm going to start here, and I'm just going to make sure when I press play, can you just tell me if you are seeing just the keynote? Because I know with Mac it's a little bit different. I would love to just somebody to actually Facebook message me, because my assistant is on that, just to let me know what you're seeing, because this is the first time I've used other softwares before. So I just want to make sure. So hold up. If you can, somebody message me real quick on Facebook, or one of my friends, please text me. Okay, great. See, it's not working already. Hold on. Ooh, there's people hopping on.
Right now I see your desktop and your slide. See your whole desktop.
Do you see the people asking questions too? I hope not.
See the slide show now. Any questions?
You don't see the GoToWebinar info, right? Because that's behind the scenes info, and okay. All right.
This is what they see.
Okay, why is this not playing? Great, it's not playing. Hold on. Okay, great. So you could all go home now. No, I'm kidding. Do you see it big enough like this? I really wanted my slideshow to play. This is great. Anybody keynote specialist know why it's not playing? There we go. Holla. All right. Let's get this started. My blog actually that discusses all these topics of getting found online and marketing and so on. It's feuzablog.com/get-found. My name is Feuza Reis. Thank you so much for joining me today on tips on how to stop losing your clients with your website. And we are definitely having a few little contests. If you could tweet right now the link to the webinar and at Feuza, that's F as in Frank, EUZA, and the hashtag is Get Found with Fuse. Fuse is a nickname I have for some friends. Instead of calling me Feuza or butchering my name, call me Fuchsia, Feuza, that's all right. You could call me Fuse for short. So that's a hashtag if you want to participate in winning an awesome prize. And you're not going to know until the end, so you really have to stick around. All I have to say is it's a really cool prize from an awesome, really well-known photographer couple. They're a couple. That's the hint. So stay on to find out more, and definitely tweet out, hey, listening to a webinar, and use the hashtag for that. Again, thank you so much for joining me. I know time is so precious, and some of you are at work. Others might have, your kids with you. You just have life going on, a lot of things on your plate. So just to recap, today in 60-minute presentation, you will discover we're going to talk about 5 website turnoffs for potential clients. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this, because it's really easy to talk about on the tips and tricks of like how to get found, but I don't think a lot of people are talking about, okay, once you're found, how do you convert, right? We don't want to just get found. What do we want? We want to get found and get contacted and then get booked for our ideal clients. So people coming to our website, they're either curious, have an interest, but most of them want to buy our services or hire us for something. So I've had people in the past want me to do SEO consulting for them. And I realized there were a few issues with their website that even if they were ranked #1 on Google for everything, people would still not buy because the message would be off. There was a mismessage there. And since we're starting the new year and a lot of you are working on your websites and updating your blog, I thought this would be a really great topic to just talk about. And that's why we're here. And with that, when we talk about the turnoffs, we're going to talk about the solution. And the solution for the turnoffs are going to help you start getting ranked by Google today. That doesn't mean you're going to be on page 1 of Google tomorrow. There are no guarantees. And SEO is just like exercising. I know, I hate exercising. Worse than exercising, I hate dieting. But I actually do love SEO, and I'll share with you why. So it definitely takes time. It takes a lot of work, and it's not an easy answer like some people think it is. Because again, you can get found, but the other half of the issue or problem is to get booked. A word thrown around all the time that I think there's just a misconception about is keyword. So at the end of the presentation, I'm going to share with you how to start a correct keyword list to help you get traffic for your website and blog, actually specifically mainly for blog. And it's also going to help you get tips on what to blog about. And if I'm going too fast, please let me know. Message me. So it's a photo of a bride. Maybe you can't see, but it says I do. And why did I put that on there? Who doesn't want to get found online? I do. I want to get new clients. I want to book more, and I want to make more money, especially for 2013 because 2012 sucked, to be honest. Okay. Oh, here we go. All right. So I just want to share with you a little bit about my story. Basically, 5 years ago, mom with 2 small kids, and I look at this photo and I can't believe how they've grown and how little they were here. But I started my photography business back in May 2008. I had 2 small kids at home. My husband had and still doesn't have a steady job. Well, construction is very up and down like for photography. At that time, we were almost losing our home to short sale. So we purchased a home, did a huge mistake of financing it 100%, and obviously couldn't keep up with the mortgage and all the crazy bills. So I had found this passion, right? We find photography or our small business, and we're like, we love doing this so much that we're just gonna make, start making money out of it. And it just sounds really glamorous and wonderful, and it sounds really easy. And I very soon discovered it was actually a lot of work. But before I move on and tell you the rest of my story, I'm gonna have to take another little poll because there were a lot of people writing me. They're not photographers, and I wanted to know. Who here, if you're a photographer, if you're a videographer, or if you're another, just a percentage of if you're a non-photographer, just to make sure I cover that too. So let's take a few minutes and answer this next poll, please. And just want to hear if you see it or not. Where did it go? Weddings. It's the poll is what kind of photography do you do? So I'm seeing here 50% weddings, 33% portraits. I'm going to ask John from Maryland to do me a huge favor and just text me a screenshot of what you see. I just want to make sure of what you guys are seeing. John or Katie, my friends who have my number and could text me, if you could just screenshot your screen and let me know if, I'm doing all right. Thank you. So we got some videographers in the house, which I love because I think video is the next biggest thing for any small business. But I see here we are mostly weddings. We have some boudoir photographers, portraits. I'm assuming your kids' maternity. And about 7% of you are not photographers. And we have 81% voted. So I'm going to give you just another minute and check in with questions and any comments. Hashtag for Twitter again. Sorry, it's get found. Let me answer here. Get found with Fuse. Fuse. Get found with Fuse. It's not with Feuza, Feuza. It's get found with Fuse. Should have put that in all of them. Get found with Fuse. With is spelled out. Got a couple of screenshots. Okay, great. Thank you. All right. Any other questions? Oh, moron. Stop it. Okay, great. Wonderful. Thank you so much. I'm going to close that poll just to know. So here we have more videographers than originally. 84% voted. Going once. Anyone else? Anyone? Are you just listening? You're not watching? It's okay. Some of you are at work. I get it. Okay, I'm closing this poll right now. 10 seconds. There we go. All right, got a few more votes in. So about half of you are mainly wedding photographers. I know a lot of us do definitely more than one thing. Thank you for that, just so I know. There we go. Oh, no. Oh, that was my recording. Hold on. Oh, and there's my son. All right, back to my story here. So at the time, like I said, I was broke, okay? We had no money. I had 2 small kids. They were not in school. I didn't have money for a sitter or a nanny. I didn't really have, I had a husband supporting me, but, it was like for basic needs. So I was lucky enough that my mom just really believed in me, and she gifted me a computer and a backdrop. And I financed a camera in Circuit City. They're not even open anymore. And, I just started shooting friends and family. I had like 4 years before been involved with montages and videos and slideshows. And the photography thing kind of just happened. And it's just interesting because my first job ever was at JCPenney Photography Studio. And then 12 years later, like photography kind of fell in my lap. So somebody gave me a great tip to follow a few photographers online, that they would give away some free advice. Now you have to remember, 5 years ago, there were no Facebook groups. I didn't have anyone to ask, oh, what lens do you buy? What should you do? What proofing system do you use? Who do you use for your website? How are you getting new clients? There was nobody, especially in the East Coast where it's just a little different. Let's just really be honest. So I just started diving into social media. There was this Brazilian, not Brazilian, they're actually Russian. There was this platform called Orchid that everyone was using at the time, the Brazilians, and that's how I started in my own Brazilian community. And I had like maxed out my number of, fans, friends, whatever it was called. And I realized that really wasn't my ideal client, that my own people were not willing to pay for my services. But I did like the idea of social media, using social media, which was a free platform to grow my business. So I dove into Twitter at the time, not really Facebook, and blogging, and later Facebook. But then I discovered this wonderful thing called SEO. Um, and to me, SEO is like just the idea that some perfect stranger can find me online excites me. I don't know if it excites you, but I get like so excited. I'm like, yes, people are out there finding me. And what I found too was that my brides, because I am mostly wedding photographer, they tend to be a little bit older. So I don't have that young bride that all the bridesmaids are potential clients or they're getting engaged. Most of my couples already live together, they bought a home together, and they're just older that, after a while, I discovered what my style was and what my ideal client was. So I love, and right now about 60% of my business comes from SEO, or maybe a little bit more. I just got a new website, so I have to kind of rework a few things. But we've seen great results with the wedding blog I launched 11 months ago. So, but I call this ghetto fabulous, kind of like Jasmine Star calls her marketing ghetto fabulous, because what happened was I started listening all to webinars and SEO, but I realized like it was confusing. It was technical. I'm not a technical person. Google, Panda, Black. I was like really easily overwhelmed. So I found a solution. I said, okay, I'm going to take in the very simplest form that I can take and learn and apply it to myself and see if it works. So SEO experts hate me, I feel, because I'm not technical. I'm not trying to show off some technical expertise. We know Google changes every single day. So maybe something I'm going to say today is not even going to work tomorrow, but I'm okay with that because I'm seeing results. I'm seeing everyday practical results. And as I said in the beginning of the presentation, is life so happens. So I'm not, if you're looking for like this SEO really technical expert, I'm really not your gal. But if you're a mom with kids, if you're a small business owner that doesn't want to even learn SEO, you just want to get found and you want to book more clients. Does that make sense? Can I hear an amen from somebody over there? Because I feel like I'm talking to myself. Did I lose you all? It's just weird talking to yourself. So if I could get a few people just chiming in to make sure that you're all still listening and if that resonates with you and if that makes sense. So I just started learning and putting things into practice, and it started working, and I started seeing many changes. That's a little bit of just my backstory with social media. I've won over $1,000 in prizes on Twitter. I never pay for WPPI because they always have Twitter contests for that. So that's a tip for you, or PDN, or any of them. And I've been featured in Town and Country Magazine, Rangefinder Magazine, Brooklyn Bride, Emily Bride, Lovely Bride, Soulful Engagements, Blueberry, and so on. And this was really all thanks to social media. Last year, I launched a wedding blog, and we haven't been really working that much, but the few SEO items that I've implemented, we've had over 54,000 visitors. We're number one page of Google for unique New Jersey venues, and a few other things by blogging maybe twice a week. Minimum effort, but the foundation was laid. And the reason I shared this with you, just so you know where my area of expertise come from, so you're not thinking I'm someone I'm not. And I'm really raw. I'm very honest about my business. I'm a pretty transparent person. So if you ever have any other questions, you could always really just contact me. And thank you so much. I got an amen for Donna Walker and Kim. Is it Willet? Is it White? Cecilia? Beth? Yes. Amen, amen, amen. Amen. Yes. Thank you. All right. Moving on. So that's just my background. So we're going to talk about, and I really wish this would play again. Let's see. Hold on. No. There we go. Oh, why is it doing that? Any keynote experts in there? Why? I don't understand. Hold on. One momento. I don't know why is it just not playing. Could somebody chime in? Maybe they know. Rocket Girl. I'm trying. But it's not working. Anyone? Bueller? I think if you right click, I'm on the Mac, that don't work. On Keynote, I just click. Okay. I'm clicking. Nothing's happening. Oh, all right. We are here. I really wanted to do a little play thing here. It should work just from here. Rehearse slideshow? Do you guys see anything? No, that's not good. Hold on. I told you there would be technical issues. One momento. Should just be play. But it's like, there we go. It's playing like my recording. All right. This is, and I've used Evernote before. This has never happened. Anybody? Bueller? Amen. I got an amen from Jenny on Facebook. Anybody else with Keynote? Try clearing the recording. Thank you, Scott. I told you he's told you. Scott is a master. Where do I clear the recording now? Let's see. Clear recording. Okay. Oh, yeah, don't do that. Yes, Scott Widden. I always forget how to pronounce your last name, but it's Wyden. If you want a real SEO expert, follow him, okay? His great articles, tips. He knows everything, really technical. And thank you so much for being on here, Scott. I don't know why you are, because you know all this stuff and even better than I do, but I really appreciate you being here today. So your website, right? Like I said, I wanted to talk about the website portion and not just like, oh, install this, do that. But your website, and I'm going to say a statement, and it's going to be really contradicting to this talk. It's going to be kind of against what most people teach you. And, you know, I am like that. I'm not well, I don't please everyone. And I'm a little feisty. Let's put it that way. My conclusion about website blogs, blog site, and all that is that websites are overrated. But Feuza, you're teaching about websites right now. Yes, I am. But let me explain. All a website is a place where a potential client just sees that you're a professional and that they could trust you, right? Our business is all about trust. Do they look at your gallery? Do they look at your work? Yes. But their number one, the first impression they want to get is, can they trust you? Are you really a professional? Because anyone nowadays who has a business, they have to be online, right? Like, it's just a given. People are going to ask you for your website. So Jasmine Star once said that your website is your introduction and your blog is your voice. So we obviously need a good introduction. But when I say that I believe that websites are overrated, and that's going to be a little bit actually more, I'm getting ahead of myself. It's really going to be a little bit more about the design, and we'll get into that. Basically, my conclusion is I love ProPhoto. I think they're awesome. I think WordPress is awesome. Show It rocks. But with all of that, I don't really believe if you have a ProPhoto, I don't believe a client is going to know if you use ProPhoto and I use Into the Darkroom and somebody else uses what else is there? Zenfolio. I don't think they're going to know that. Actually, I think if they start seeing the same similar types of website layout, I think they're going to think it's just a normal thing. This is just a really personal opinion and what I've discovered overall. I would also love to hear from the non-photographers. Just chime in, make sure that you guys are okay. And if you guys have any questions for your business, we will have a Q&A at the end. So the number one issue I see with websites, I call it, is where is Waldo, okay? 7 out of 10 websites of photographers you go to, I don't know where they live. I don't know, like, where they work. I don't even know if they're in this country. I'm like hunting down this information. It's one of the first things I look at. And remember, Google's really into like the local search, right? And Google results will vary depending on where the person searching is physically located as well. So I don't understand why photographers are not putting where they are located from. Maybe you don't have a studio. I don't have a studio. That's okay. Put a town. Let's say you don't want to commit your destination photographer. Guess what? That's a keyword. Put your destination photographer. Let's say your town is just really diverse or just too big and spread out. Well, put the main town. Put the towns you service. So if you were ever to do any SEO work at all on your own, this would probably be on my number 2 must. You need to add a small text if you can, to every single page of your website, saying what kind of work do you do, where you're located, and which towns, cities, or places you service. Okay? And I think for boudoir photographers, this could be a little tricky because if they work from home and don't have a studio, or they're getting concerned, so just put the town. So there is a typo here in my screenshot of my website, but I have asked my coding guy to fix that in case anyone points that out to me. I'm like, typo queen. And so I said here, we also love to travel. So if you're a destination wedding photographer, that's your reason for not putting where you're located, or you're just assuming people are not going to know. These are perfect strangers coming to your website. So if you were to just leave this webinar or not do any SEO work ever again, well, actually, I think you definitely need to do one more thing I'm going to share with you. But this would be the main suggestion I would give to you. Now, it's not sexy. I know. And you don't want to be that guy that puts like the 3 paragraphs of like all their keywords right in there. Have you ever visited one of those websites? Want to hear from you guys. Have you? Like that guy, like you'll go on there, just that big black screen and just text just like rolling over. You don't want to be that guy either, but a small text, definitely. Let's say you don't want to do it in every page. You really feel like it's too much. You have to do it on your home page. You have to do it on your about page. And I would do it on your contact page. Okay? So moving on, and actually before I go here, I think I forgot something. Another tip I would have is like, we want people to contact us. So why do we make that difficult? That has to be really easy. I strongly suggest, even if you use Pixify, if you use ShootQ, if you use a form, that you have your email on there. Like in today's age, people with it's convenience, okay? I sometimes want to contact certain photographers for them to feature them on my wedding blog. I don't have much time. I don't have time to fill out your form. Make it easy for people to find you, contact you, and book you. That's just a little side tip that I didn't have on here. The other thing we're going to talk about is page titles and description. So I'm just going to hop onto my my own blog here real quick. I don't know if I could stretch this out because I usually use Safari. Hold on one second. And I'm probably showing you too much over here. How are we doing, guys? Talk to me. Hello? Cute desktop, thanks. I have a typo for Google. I'm sure it is. Goggles. Okay, so when we talk about page title, it's this right here. Let me see if I can, hold on. This is my new designed blog. I thought there was something here I could use, a little pen thing I saw before. That's right. Okay, so this right here on top of, so this is your URL, and just make sure you guys can see it. And this right here is what we mean by page titles, okay? So every website should have a form of a place, or not, if you contact your developer, if you use Showit, you do it yourself, where you put your page title, and the page title should definitely not be your name. Like, a stranger is not going to be Googling your name unless they met you, unless they, maybe they will. But our goal is for complete strangers to find us. So I see like people I wouldn't put Feuza Reis photography there first. You want to put whatever main keyword that you're trying to be found at first. The other big mistake photographers make is they put a huge ass line, okay? Forgive my language. It is like a paragraph up in there. And Google caps out at like 65 characters. Bing, I think 72. Yahoo at 70. So keep it 70 characters or less. If you do more things, let's say your weddings and boudoir, but which one do you do more of? Which one do you want to be found? So that's a tip for you. Don't make this really long. The other thing is description. So Google yourself in your own website and see if you have a description. So if I just Google here Feuza, this is the description, and this is actually the text that I was telling you about, right? This is the example I use. Feuza Reis Studios is a New Jersey wedding photography and cinematography studio based in Saraville, New Jersey, but frequently shoots or service in New Jersey, New York, and PA. If you look at my blog, same thing over here, okay? Now, some of you, if I look at for your websites and your info, this is blank. What will happen in a blog post? They'll sometimes pull the text from the latest blog post. You don't want that, all right? You definitely want, oh wait, I think I found the chat button. Hello. You want, oh, I lost the question. Oh, somebody raised a question hand. But now I have to find the question. Hold on. See, I'm getting distracted here. 1 second. I just want to go back to where all the questions are. Daniela, do you see this? Hmm?
I don't have that open here.
Right. No. All right. Okay, I'm sending everyone a chat right now. Just want to make sure that you guys see that. Now I forgot what I was saying. Okay, blog, description of blog. I guess I was just trying to see if anyone had a particular question. Is it here? I feel like I'm gonna. Where did that question thing go? Do you guys see where I said here? Can you guys still hear me? I don't want to we're doing so well. I don't want to mess this up. But I'm not seeing the questions anymore. Can you guys just give me 1 minute? Could somebody on Facebook write me if they're able to raise their hand and ask a question by any chance? Anyone? Oh, here, found it. There's only 214 questions. Hold on. I feel like the poll thing is messing me up. Wait, I'm just gonna share this results. Hide results for a minute. Sorry, guys. Thank you for your patience. I just really want to make sure I'm not skipping over really main questions. It's just, for some reason, I'm seeing questions, but it's not letting me go to them. If that makes any sense. Who's this again? That would stop. No hands raised. Only 41% are actually looking. That's all right, because all right. I don't know why I'm getting like the gray screens and not able to see your questions anymore, which is really weird to me. Where? Oh, nothing. One hand raised. I must have done something because the question thing was working. Oh, it's right here. Duh. I see it. I can write question. What color on my undies? Hey, that's a little too much there. I'm touching up photo. Okay. Where do we add this text to our blog? Very good question. All right, let's get back to our presentation here. Thank you. You're actually going to add the title and description, and there's a plugin for WordPress called All-in-One SEO. And the problem with that plugin, people install it and then they don't go to like the options section, and that's where you're going to put it's going to ask you for title, description, and also some tag words, which are not actually a huge deal. That's a little overrated. But I can send you a link. I think I did a video on this. If not, but just to save time, I'm not going to go into the exactly how to do that. So the other problem with the design of our website, we talked about adding the text. We're talking about having the page title and make sure that we have the description. And the other thing that we really want to just touch upon real quickly is the design of your website. That's extremely important. I'm a strong believer that less is more. And Mary Megan Photography and Design, she's one of our actually sponsors and partners. She had this wonderful quote, and she said, the most important design aspect of your website is visitor usability. If a potential client finds your site and it's disorganized, cluttered, and confusing to navigate, then they will be turned off and will leave your site. Now, leaving your site is a really bad indicator for Google, and that's called a bounce rate. So if you've ever saw that, it's a percentage in your Google Analytics. If you don't pay anything, not much attention to Google Analytics, pay attention to your bounce rate, because if that number is high, all that means is the page the person has entered your website, they are leaving from that page. They're finding nothing exciting. They're not navigating. They're not clicking on anything else. That's a red flag for Google. What is that saying? That is saying that you're not a good match. And all Google's job is to do is to help their customers. Their customers have questions. They want to match the best websites, blogs, videos, results for that answer. So if you're coming up, if you have like a high ranking for a certain keyword, but everyone's leaving, like they're not, let's say you have in there one of your keywords is wedding photographer, and I get to your homepage and I see babies, or I see maternity, and I don't see anything wedding related right away, I'm gonna leave, okay? Or if it's loading, right? If it's loading is such a huge problem, and there's a cool website, I'm sorry I don't have it listed here, but does it load fast enough? You could actually test how fast your website and your blogs load. And I'll give you a tip. I'm kind of like the plugin whore. I love plugins, but that will slow down your blog. Make sure you're emptying your trash in your blog. Take out all of the plugins on your blog. Inactive plugins, and just really check which ones you're using. The other thing is, can they see my work right away? And this is great for the non-photographers as well, because I'm sure you guys have either a photo gallery or a video gallery, right? Can they get to my work right away? Remember, they want to come in, they want to feel like they can trust you, and then they want to contact you, right? We want them to contact you. So if you're a cake designer, if you have a balloon decorating business, I believe it is on the call. What do you think is important? It's visual, right? They want to see the work, and maybe they want to see the colors that they're thinking of using, or maybe they want to see the venue where they're having, wherever they found you from. So can they see your work right away? Does it load fast enough? Is your website confusing? I've seen some people, they get so elaborate with their branding and site that it's like, it like hurts my brain. It hurts my head. And last but not least about this is like, what is the quality of your work? Are you just starting? Put out your best work on there. You don't need a gallery of 50 images. I feel like clients should just go on there and look, and they want to contact you, right? Again, why do people want to go on our websites? They want to know if they could trust us. They want to know that we're not scammers, we're not spam, and that they're going to believe that we could be a good fit for us. And that's why they'll call or email us. Any questions on this so far? So design is extremely important. So that's what I feel. Photographers and small business are missing text, important information on their websites. They're missing their page titles. They're missing their description. They're also missing, they're making their websites really confusing. Either too much words or just too many things, flash things going on. People can't get to it right away, see your work. And also, I really feel small businesses sometimes make it really difficult for people to contact you. If you have a form, keep your form, put your email. Put your email right now. If there's anything you're going to do after this call, put these things into action. Don't just make a to-do list. Put your email on there. Make it easy for the potential client to find you. All right. So last but not least, and I'm just checking time, I'm going a little over, keyword, okay? Let me just back up 1 second. What is SEO? All SEO is like I said, Google has a problem. They have clients having problems, and they just want to match their clients to the right answers, okay? So that SEO means that there are things I can do to my website, my blog, and any online things I have to boost it, right? To optimize it. So think of a flat, a tire. I went to Connecticut, my tire was low. What did I do? I went to the gas station, made a really huge fool of myself and trying to put that what's it called? I don't even know, the hose, whatever. I don't know anything about cars. Like, I felt really stupid doing it, but I had to do it. So, and sometimes we feel really stupid about what we're doing with our website or SEO as well, but we know we have to do it. So there are things that can be done. Google's like way ahead of us. If you think you could outsmart Google, good luck. You could get blacklisted and not be found anywhere. Google, yes, is not really liking over optimization. So things have to be natural, things have to be consistent. And they could tell, like if you are going, and actually just learned this one tip from Rob Greer, is it? He gave a great talk on SEO at Mystic. And he's like, if you're going and making comments on like these high ranked blogs all the time to get link backs to you, Google sees that and they're on to you. They watch your patterns, they watch how you search, where you're going. Like they probably know the color of your undies, Aurora. No, I'm kidding. But they are on to you, okay? So don't think you could just overdo things, or never use transparent text. Forgot to say, for your don't use white text on white. That's a black flag for Google. That is just not good organic. We want organic results. We want to be found by Google without having to pay for advertising. Okay. The other thing I forgot that's really important about the address thing and adding that text, if any of you have a retail space, oh my God, you are such an advantage. Like, I actually don't like you right now, because you can add your full physical address on there. And when you do the search and you see the little map, Google will take the town where you're locating from, or that town, and they see what's the center. And that's how they show that A, B, C, D, you know what I'm saying, in the Google Maps. That's how they show from the center how close that business is to the center of the town. All right. So if you have a retail shop, you're going to really do well with this stuff. Make sure your address is on there. Make sure you submit to Google Places to confirm your address with them, and also Facebook Places. So I forgot to say that. For us, non-studio owners or non-retail owners, like I said, you could just put town and state. P.O. Box, it doesn't help. So I wouldn't even do that, okay? All right. So what is a keyword? People confuse keywords with tags, okay? Or meta tags. That's kind of like going in extinct. If you watched a video where I interviewed this SEO expert, he actually has that all turned off because he doesn't want to mix it too much with Google, etc. So a keyword is usually a word or phrase that we want to be found when a potential person, client needing our services is going to type in. But I see a huge problem with photographers because they're obsessed with like one or two keywords, and they're like, God forbid, like they're like, okay, I'm gonna hire an SEO expert, and I want to be found for New York wedding photographer. Well, it doesn't work that way because everyone's competing for that. Everyone's paying advertising for that. That's going to be a lot harder. But what people don't realize, and then they get sad, right? They're like upset. They think like SEO sucks. It's not going to work. But what you're forgetting is like, you're not thinking like your client. Think like your client. Stop thinking like a photographer. Okay. Clients are not looking up e-sessions. They're not looking up, let's think of stuff. Maybe they're not even looking up first look. Maybe they don't even know what that is. They're looking up pictures. So I'm giving you some tips here. I'm giving you like my secret sauce right now. If you stayed this long in the call, you're going to get like the goods right now. Pictures, photos, pics. Okay, maternity. Anybody do maternity out there? Pregnancy photos, professional pregnancy photos, professional pregnancy pictures. Boudoir photographers, they don't even know how to pronounce it. I don't even know how to pronounce it, and I offer that service, okay? It's sexy photos, professional sexy pictures, sensual pictures for the husband, gifts for, you got to just think like your client. So a good exercise would be take a topic you know nothing of, and you're like, somebody tells you, you have to go research that topic. How are you going to research? You're going to research really dumb proof. And we got to start thinking like our clients. What are they looking for? Okay. So where do I begin? First of all, you have to figure out where you're physically, and this is going to really vary for countries as well. So I'm going to give an example where I'm from because that's easier to do. New Jersey is divided up into kind of like north, south, and central. There's also the word Jersey. So, and also counties here are really big. But I've seen like in Atlanta and other towns that are like just the metro or the greater Atlanta, there's sub towns in there. I think San Francisco, what are the variations? Is it Bay Area? Are there towns enough like within 50 miles of you? What are the towns and cities within 50 miles of you? Let's think of New York, right? We have NYC, New York, just NY, Philadelphia, people call it Philly. If you have any other examples, just shout it out, even though I don't have the questions thing open. Hold on. So, number one thing to do is actually start a document in your Google Drive or Excel file somewhere. Evernote, I love Evernote, and just jot down some notes. Okay, how do people search here? How is my state divided? How is my country divided? Is it regional? Is it like really town specific, or is it really more general? Okay, so think of the map, even if you have to open the map of where you're located from, and just see how people name that. That is really the first thing that I feel like you need to do. All right. Again, though, don't be upset if you're not showing up for that thing, but you have to know what that is. Cities are definitely really huge, and that's how people will search a lot of the times. And variation, like from plural to singular, so wedding photographer versus wedding photographers, that will change, right? A short tail search is like if they're using a phrase with like two or three words, it's considered short tail. Longer tail is like huge. Sometimes I'll Google things, I'll put like a whole question on there. Google probably hates me. I'm like the dumbest probably searcher out there. Okay, what I do for my wedding photography, again, I'm gonna share with you some secret tips. I really focus on venues because I think brides find venues first before they find their their wedding photographer or anything else. They want to make sure that venue is available. Another thing you could do is really is create a keyword for your type of shoot. So have three types of columns. So you could do one list on the left location, the other one maybe venues, and the other one types of shoot. What do I mean by types of shoot? I mean engagement, wedding, just the types of shoot, or so let's think non-photographers, right? So if you're a baker, what do you think people are looking? They're looking at colors. They're looking at colors of cakes. If you're a designer, if you're a videographer, venues are huge for you. You need to optimize your videos in Vimeo and YouTube and put the name of the venue first. Always put your keyword first. Put the town and make sure you put your website back to you, right? Because they're also going to just stay on YouTube and they're not going to go back to you. That's really important. Um, and then the types of shoots. So you can make those three columns. Also venues. What I'll do for engagement sessions all the time is I'll use like if it's a park, if it's Jersey City, if it's New York, wherever they go or if they visit a venue. And then I get this keyword that I now have this document and I make it part of my editing workflow. So the best thing you could really do is rename your images in Lightroom. So once you like 5-star your images, and you have your 20 images for your blog post or your slideshow, now you're going to export and you're going to write in, let's say I did an engagement, right? Let's say I did engagement Jersey City. I'm probably going to name that Jersey dash. For some reason, dashes are really good for Google Images. And you could do a test. Look up Princeton engagement photos. Remember, use photos, not session. And one of my pictures will definitely show up on there, okay? Dash, so engagement dash, Jersey City dash engagement dash photos. I might do a variation and put photographer. I'm gonna export that all into a new folder. And then when I start blogging in WordPress, that's going to be the title of my image. I'm going to copy that in the alt text and I'm going to do a variation on the description. I know I'm getting like really detailed now. So I'm just really trying to give you just some more basic tips and not really overwhelm you with this. But that's how I make it part. It's really important to make it part of your everyday workflow or you're never going to do it. Also, each blog post you do should be that one main idea. If your focus was that menu, that's your one main idea. If your focus is like the type of shoot, that's your one main idea. Don't go crazy with the tag words and put like, it's a family shoot. I've seen this and they're like, New Jersey wedding photographer, New Jersey baby photographer, New Jersey kids. Keep it like in the same type of thing. So especially if you're repeating things. Another tip for blogging, put the full address of the venue at the very bottom and link back to the venue. Another tip people don't really talk about, any keywords that I'm using in my blog post, I'm relinking back to myself. So I'm like, oh, I had a wonderful time at Lorito Winery. This wedding was the bomb, right? I might say that, but the Lorito Winery, I'm linking back to Lorita. The word wedding, I'm linking back to maybe another blog post that I did about Lorita, or maybe just my website. So that's just reinforcing Google telling me, you know what? All Google wants to know is Feuza Reis really website really about wedding photography. Like that's all. And the more points I get to prove that, the better. So we're less is more, part of your editing workflow. Prize. Who's ready for the prize? I am. I like need a drink right now. I feel like I'm just talking to myself. All right. Anybody else here? Okay, let's get to some question. What if you're at someone home? Use the city or type of shoot. Great question. I search with long questions as well. I'm glad I'm not the only one. When are you using SEO plugin? Does it let you change your meta description and your slug, also SEO title? Okay, you're getting kind of, let's keep it practical and simple and ghetto, all right? Debbie, so this is what I do. After my end of my blog post, see, this is the problem. People install that plugin and they don't use it. So for every blog post you do, all the way in the bottom, there's a section for the all-in-one SEO plugin. And then you're going to do, guess what my title is going to be, because I'm lazy, and that's why SEO experts probably hate me. I'm just going to copy that name of the photo that I renamed. I'm going to copy that, and the non-photographers, you're probably not using Lightroom. So when you upload your photos to WordPress, or even your well, not your website, but to WordPress, you're renaming the photos for the keywords that you want, and you're putting also in the alt tag and the description. I'm copying all of that and kind of just restating it for my plugin all the way at the end. So people are installing the SEO plugin, but they're not, what's the word? They're not using it properly. Tags we add to our photos, import automatically into our website and blog. I'm not sure where these tags are from. Tags, I still do the tags, and I'll still like put New Jersey wedding photographer, even though that's hard to rank. I don't go crazy with the tags though. Don't mix topics. If you blogged about a wedding, make it wedding related, right? If you're in the balloon industry or, party, that kind of, if it's a bat mitzvah, talk about the bat mitzvah. Don't mix wedding, because that's going to be a mismatch. Because if you come up for wedding and the person goes there and they see a bat mitzvah, they're going to leave. And that's not going to be, yeah. Somebody says they need a prize and a drink too. Okay. Do blog categories help SEO? Absolutely. I think so, because that's going to be part of your URL. Okay. Another great tip is any keywords you have, make it a page on your blog or website. Make a page. Top 5 engagement locations in New Jersey. Make that a page. Top 10 wedding venues in San Francisco. Tips on how to prepare for your newborn session. Newborn photographers, remember, think like a client. Newborn photos, I don't even think clients use the word portraits, to be honest. Megan has a question. Just to confirm, you are keywording in Lightroom on each photo on top of renaming the picture? No, I am renaming the picture once in Lightroom, exporting it, and Lightroom does it for me, right, by appending a number at the end. When I import the photos into my blog posts, okay, let me see if I have an example here. I had some screenshots. Sorry, I should have added these. All right, this is a good. No, okay. This is the all-in-one SEO for somebody who is asking. Right here, you have to go to Open Configurations panel to adjust your title and your description. All right, number 1. All right, let me see here another. No, not this. This is how to install. 1 second. No, that's just I thought I had a screenshot here. If not, I can hop in real quick if you guys want. But basically, when I import those photos inside of my blog, that's their name already. I don't have to do anything to their name. I'm getting that name because I'm a mom, I'm busy, I don't have time. I'm getting that name and I'm copying it in my alt tag, and I'm usually copying it in my description, which is kind of bad to be really repetitive. But what I could do is be like, Jersey City engagement photographer, or photos by New Jersey photographer Feuza Reis, or something like that. So I'll try to do a variation in the description. Any other questions with that? Let's go to a prize. Who's excited? All right. So we'll have 2 prizes right now. Okay, great question, Mary. I'll get to it right now. Let's do a prize, because I feel I just vomited so much information on you, but I hope it's good. Okay, I shouldn't use the word vomit. That was really bad. Anyway, all right. So let's see here. Okay, this prize right now, you're going to get a free hour Skype consult with me. That's the prize, and that's worth $75. And it's going to be to the person who has the closest birthday to today's date. So who is that? Anybody December birthdays? End of December, beginning of January? Anyone? Nobody wants to win? Oh, Pat, you're winning. Who wants to be Pat? So so Pat and Hennessy. Hennessy, what's up? Oh, okay, let's see.
January 16th.
Oh, Autumn Toms. January 16 is winning. Anyone else going once? Just July 2nd. Ha ha ha. Autumn, congrats. You win. That was really close though, I have to say. Pat, almost. Awesome. February 4th, almost Cecilia. All right, Autumn, sweet. So definitely send me a tweet or DM me or email me so we could get that scheduled. We do have one more prize, and I'm gonna reveal it on Twitter who it is because I got to do that like random. Whoever used the hashtag, and here's the hashtag again. It is get found with Feuza. I think that's it. And I'm sending this to all of you. That prize is going to be The Guide by Justin and Mary Marins. And I'm super excited for them to be supporting me and for them to just be rocking it with, giving 2 copies of the guide. And you guys are the first ones to hear about it. And I think it's just an awesome resource. It's called The Guide, The Reverse Style. And I think I've been watching them for the last 4 years. They're phenomenal speakers, people, and so on. So this was Feuza. This was a lot of information. This is great. I'm excited. I learned something. I hope you learned something today. I hope there's something you're going to implement. But I also know that this could be really overwhelming and really hard to do. And that's why I'm really excited. Dun-da-da. Let's see if I can do play again. I'm really excited that I'm launching. We got the prize. And I'm going to tell you the prize for the first 15 people to sign up to this. Info about the course. Hold on. Okay, so this is a lot. Okay, I realize it's a lot, and I really wanted to do this in person, but then I really realized the problem with that is really hard to coordinate people's schedules. It's hard to get together. I am available for workshops, and I'm gonna be taking this workshop on the road. The town so far most likely will be LA, Myrtle Beach, New York is coming up actually next month. And let's see, love to go to Phoenix. So if you're in a town and there's other photographers you want to get together, we could do a full day workshop. But that is also more expensive. It is January, let's face it. I don't know about the West Coast in Canada, but it is slow season. I know you guys are like, I don't know, I'm struck for cash. Maybe I'm the only one. But why am I doing this? Why are you sharing basically your secrets with your competitors? Because and okay, I'm gonna try not to cry here, more than wanting to be found online and having a great wedding photography business, I'm extremely passionate about helping others fulfill their dreams and just live the best life that they can live. And the reason I started photography was for freedom to create, to be with my kids, and to just do right. And then I became a slave to my computer, and then I became like this workhorse because I couldn't get new clients. And I don't want anybody, I'm not saying that's going to go away, because it's all about hard work, and we have to do so much hard work. It takes hard work. There's no easy step, there's no shortcut. But I know what it feels to book more, to want to book more. And if you're stuck, this is a perfect time. It's January. This is a great time to update your blog and website and everything. So I'm really passionate about just teaching other people. And the difference between something I offer or Zach Perez or somebody else is that mine is, it's ghetto, right? It's ghetto, fabulous SEO. It's baby food. I want to talk to somebody who doesn't know anything about this and explain it in very simple terms. And if I perhaps use some words for you, you didn't feel simple and overwhelmed, I really feel like you would really extremely benefit from this live bootcamp course. This course is a 4-week course. It's supposed to be an hour, but it's really going to be an hour and a half. For the people that sign up today, this is the only time I'm going to do it for the price that I have it at, because you guys are going to be my first one. You're going to get access to a private Google community. Yes, it's not a Facebook community, but Google community. I hated Google Plus until the communities got launched. It's just a much better way to organize. You're going to get one-on-one. You're going to get personal videos. You're going to get to ask each other questions. So you're going to get access to that. You're also the first 15 people to sign up right now. And I'm going to put the link right now to everyone here in the chat. The first 15 people to sign up will get a $50 Pass Premier credit. This 4-week course, which has over $600 worth of information if you were to hire me on one-to-one, just to optimize the blog alone, I charge $400. It's actually way more than $600. Plus the prizes, plus a $50 credit for Pass Premier. If you don't know what Pass Premier is, it's an online cloud storage and digital delivery, and it's actually Showit launched this because they were kind of getting tired. We know discs are going extinct. I used to actually hate it, and now I'm like one of the biggest believers of it. It's the future. It's the way to go. So the first 15 people to sign up, you will get $50 credit. So it is like buying a 4-week boot camp course for only $47. The total price for this is $97, and I think it's so much value. If you were to do the workshop that I have, it's $350 for a day. So let me see, do I want to do $350 for a day, or do I want to spread it out over a few weeks? And if I miss the class, I could re-listen and I could not only implement and do, but I also have this awesome community that I could ask questions. Because my goal, honestly, guys, like I could be like, well, I'm going to teach you to fish, but it's not enough for you to learn how to fish. Because when you're going to go out on your first fishing excursion, you're going to have questions. You're not going to know, like, you know, one thing is theory, another thing is practice. So just 4 weeks. Week number 1, we're going to optimize your website for SEO together. Week number 2, and I'm not going to go into the details, you could read for yourself. Week number 2, you're going to, week number 1 is all about website and talking about what we did today, what we discussed in much more detail, obviously. Week number 2, we're going to be optimizing your WordPress blog or Blogspot. If you use Blogspot, maybe we can't do some plugins that we would do in WordPress, but there's definitely things that you can do and you've probably been doing wrong. Week number 3 is all about analytics. So after we do all this work, how the heck do we manage it, right? And honestly, I'm not going to go into all the bells and whistles of Google Analytics because I don't think there's any need to. I think, again, Ghetto Fabulous. We have to, okay, what's important? How are people finding me? What's my bounce rate? Go. Like, I'm going to teach you and show you the exact important things. We're going to install it together if it's not installed on your blog, on your WordPress. I'm also going to give you some templates that I sell separately, but you're going to get to track your results. Week 4 is kind of like a bonus. You're going to learn about how to get inbound links back because that's really a lot of Google juice when somebody hyperlinks back to your website. So we're going to talk about what is an inbound link, how to get it, how to be featured on wedding blogs for our wedding blog and our portrait work. Also, I'm going to give you a template for a press release because I think press releases are another great way to get just optimize your blog and website. Classes will be recorded. Again, the first 15 attendees will get a $50 Pass Premier credit. The bomb. I love it. What else? What else? What else? Let's say you don't have a website or blog right now, or you're rebranding. First of all, I'm not going to offer this price again. Honestly, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work for me. It's a lot of value. I can make much more money by doing it individually, but I'm just one person. Let's do it collectively. Let's do it together. Let's get found and book more clients. I'm Feuza Reis. Thank you so much for joining me today. And questions, any other questions about the course? Where do you buy it? I just sent a link. If you're not seeing it, Desiree, it's, are you seeing it on my screen now? FeuzaBlogs.com/get-found-online-boot-camp. And I'm going to send it again in the chat. I don't know if some of you are having trouble in the chat. I'm really excited to see the first 15 people to sign up because of the past credit that you're going to get. And I love companies that are thinking forward thinking and modern as well, because again, I really strongly believe that is the way to go. I'm going to tell you a little secret. Whoever attends on the live calls, whoever is able to attend on the live calls, for the boot camp, there's amazing other prizes. If you're Show It users, we have prizes from Emma Smith with font conversion. We have crash sets from Chris, who does Lightroom presets. We have Angie Urban has just released like a business toolbox thing. There's a few templates right now, tax related stuff, things I really hate. She's amazing for. Mary Megan, photography and design, is going to be doing like a free, giving away like a free logo upgrade design. We're probably going to do another hour of Skype. So there's going to be all these awesome, fun prizes. Okay. I like fun. I like easy. I like ghetto fabulous. All right. The couple prize, which is the guide by Mary, is going to be, I'm going to have to do a random thing for Twitter. So I'm going to give you guys a few more minutes to tweet out. Again, I did not announce the Twitter giveaway. Just make sure you're following me and use the hashtag, because we got to do that random thing, and we're going to contact you, and we're going to tweet out and tell everyone, and tell, Justin and Mary, thank you so much for sponsoring us. And we have other sponsors. Pixify, you're going to win 3 months to try them out. Who else? There's such a long list that I'm forgetting. Mary. Do you remember who else? But Mary had a really good question. Let me see if I could find it. Oh, I think she was asking, like, let's say you don't shoot in the same place all the time. That's fine. As long as you're renaming those photos, the park. There's like a really famous park in not Philly, in like Allentown there, that really famous like national park. If you shoot there a lot, definitely rename it. I book like a lot of my out of state people who live out of state engagement sessions, they find me because of Google Images. Make a test right now. Do a blog post. Do a blog post test. Put 5 images on there. Rename it. Have your keyword maybe in your title, and you could start ranking for Google Images today. It'll change tomorrow, but do a test and let me know. Anyone else? Christina, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's really great feedback. When will I be offering the bootcamp? I'm not sure, because I'm going to be doing some traveling. So the bootcamp actually starts Tuesday. I'm all about action this year. Forget the like to-do list. I'm so tired of that. I'm tired of going to webinars sometimes, or not webinars, workshops, and you have this like huge to-do list. And this is why I'm doing this live bootcamp, so we could do it together. And this is why I'm doing some in-person workshops as well. So February, that's for a week. January, starts in January 15th, Tuesday, next week. I try to make it lunchtime, East Coast time for some people that work. I can't accommodate everyone's schedule. Again, it's going to be recorded, and you're going to get the link sent out as soon as the class is done. And when will I offer it again? I'm not sure, honestly. So if anyone's having, and I'm sorry I'm going to say this, but if anyone's having money issues right now, and if $97 is a lot for you right now, please email me. I'm definitely willing to work with you. If that's stopping you, if that's the only thing that's stopping you, please message me, because I really think everyone can benefit from this. The more we become savvy about how to become found online in the right way, the better it is going to be for the industry, for us. We're not going to worry about competition as much. We're just going to focus on our work. And we're going to play Just Dance 4 with our kids. You know what I'm saying? We're so into that right now. Anyone else? Who? Emma. Let me help you out with that. Again, so if you're rebranding, you're like, oh, I'm going to buy later. I'm not going to offer this price later. So buy it now. And when you get your things up, you're going to have like the community to ask all the questions. And you're also going to have all the replays. Aurora, I'm not sure I understand the image renaming, but I think you'll go over it. Yes. If you buy the course, I will go over that. The image renaming is basically like, let me give you an example. If I'm using the venues, right? Berkeley. So I did a New Year's Eve wedding. So I could go by theme. I could go by like, New Year's Eve wedding is a good theme. Or I could go by the Berkeley. So in Lightroom, I'm going to be Berkeley wedding photos, or Berkeley hotel wedding. You're always separating everything with the dashes. So all the photos are going to be renamed that. And when you export, Lightroom automatically appends that number. So it's going to be 010203. That goes to a blog folder, the way I have my system. And we're going to discuss this in depth for the course. The way I have my system, it's blog folders. And from that, that's what I use to import to my WordPress. When it comes all imported, it doesn't have the name DCS, DCIM, and I have to go there manually change each one. It's already done. And all I'm doing is copying and pasting. You know what I'm saying? How interactive is the boot camp? Very good question. The boot camp will be an hour and a half because I want half an hour just for questions because, you know, people will have questions. Um, and I want to be able to help you. And then we'll have the Google community to answer any further questions. If anyone's having more technical issues and needs a little bit more attention, all they're going to have to do is post it on the Google community we'll have. And I'll make sure, like, that's going to be my number one priority is that Google community. I will have a Facebook group just for other things, people that are attending the webinars but the people who are going to purchase the live boot camp, they're going to definitely have more access to me. Thank you so much. I'm like totally over time. If this was valuable, can't talk anymore. If there was any value in anything I shared today, and I really hope there was, just please send me a message. Make sure that you know that I don't know that this was all right. If you can't attend, it will be recorded for you. If your blog is broken or if you're launching soon, just let me know. Give me a heads up with that. But again, I'm not really going. This is a steal. Think of this as like the beta group launch. You're Ashley Fisher. Thank you so much. That means the world to me. Really. Thank you. Tasha, am I not working? Sorry, did I miss your question? Because I did lose the big box for a while. I don't know. There is a chat. I'm not sure if you saw it. I'm sorry about that. So, okay, get your tweets in, and I'm going to do that giveaway really soon. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Have a great weekend, and let's go book some new clients now. Awesome. Thank you very much.